Cod is among the most economically useful. The North Atlantic and the North Pacific are two examples of chilly seas that are home to this species. Catching cod can be accomplished in a variety of ways. Trawling at the bottom is the most prevalent type of fishing method, using fish traps and fishing with long lines. When fishing vessels want to cover the entire seabed, they use a technique called bottom trawling. A significant amount of cod is being harvested. In contrast, this approach may have an impact on the maritime ecology. Longline fishing is a type of fishing that requires greater human labor. Use long lines that have a large number of baited hooks in order to select fish of the appropriate size. In addition to that, in order to reduce the negative effects on the ecosystem, fish traps are also utilized. To safeguard the riches of cod, there are a number of nations that implement stringent controls, such as controlling the maximum size of fish that can be caught, the establishment of no fishing areas, and the restriction of the number of vessels that are in operation, as an alternative to the conventional approaches. The cod fishing business is progressively utilizing modern technology in order to accomplish the goals of boosting efficiency and protecting aquatic resources. In order to effectively find schools of fish, fishing vessels can benefit from using sonar and GPS systems, reducing the amount of time spent searching and saving fuel. Additionally, certain vessels are fitted with kindling equipment that operates automatically. This assists in selecting fish of a standard size prior to storing them together. In addition to that, the process of preserving cod once it has been caught is also an essential stage. Because cod has a significant value in the economy, keeping food fresh on board is a common requirement for fishing vessels, which is why rapid freezing devices are frequently installed. Because of this, the cod is able to keep its quality intact until it is sold to consumers. On the other hand, there is a significant demand for cod. The overexploitation of this resource poses a potential risk, which is why a great number of nations, including Norway, a quota system is utilized by both Canada and Russia, limiting the amount of fish that can be caught in a given year to a certain amount, while at the same time, the development of cod farming programs in controlled environments is also being investigated in order to satisfy market demand while simultaneously safeguarding marine ecosystems. Furthermore, in addition to stringent management rules, cod fishing is also confronted with a number of issues, including the deterioration of wild fish stocks and the effects of climate change. Temperature increases in the ocean as a result of climate change have the potential to alter the migration patterns of cod. Because of this, it is more challenging to identify potential fishing spots. In addition, the habitat of cod is impacted by competition from other businesses such as the oil and gas industry and the shipping industry. The number of fish in certain locations is decreasing as a reaction to the current circumstances. At the moment, numerous international organizations like the North Atlantic Fisheries Commission, NFO, and the Marine Stewardship Council, MSC, are collaborating with national governments in order to formulate policies that would safeguard cod stocks. A number of the solutions that are now being implemented include the development of fishing technology that is beneficial to the environment. Surveillance of quota compliance and the expansion of marine protected zones are being closely monitored. In addition, consumers have a significant part to play in the protection of cod by selecting fish that has been certified by the Marine Stewardship Council, MSC, or other sustainable brands. By doing so, they are contributing to the promotion of responsible fishing techniques in order to guarantee that there will be cod stocks available for future generations, the means of a combination of stringent management styles. Both contemporary technology and environmental consciousness are important. Furthermore, in addition to the efforts that are being made to safeguard cod resources, the cod sector may continue to grow in a sustainable manner without diminishing this valuable resource. The development of a model for regulated cod farming is becoming an increasingly popular direction of discussion. The farming of cod not only serves to alleviate the strain that is placed on wild fish supplies, but it also guarantees a consistent supply to the market. Cod farms constructed in the modern era make use of cutting-edge technology, including water circulation systems and feed quality management, allowing fish to grow more quickly while reducing the risk of sickness. In terms of cod farming, several nations such as Norway and Iceland are at the forefront of the industry. The fish industry is making a significant contribution to the preservation of its long-term viability. In addition to that, the economic value of cod can also be increased by the implementation of innovative processing and distribution methods. Additionally, we offer the sale of either fresh or frozen fish. Many cod products have been prepared, such as fillets. On the worldwide market, dried salted fish and canned cod are two of the most popular options. To be more specific, it is a well-known delicacy in Portugal and other European countries where bacalhau, which is dried salted fish, is consumed. To summarize, as a result of a combination of resource management practices, cod fishing and exploitation are gradually moving in the direction of a more sustainable orientation, increasing public awareness while also implementing contemporary technology. That being said, there are a lot of restrictions. Utilizing the suitable solutions. It is possible for the cod sector to continue maturing without diminishing the value of this precious natural resource, in addition to procedures for management and environmentally responsible development. Changes in the market and trends in consumption around the world are also something that the cod industry needs to adjust to. At this moment, consumers are showing a growing interest in products that may be traced back to their origins. Responsible exploitation was carried out. It is for this reason that cod fishing firms are encouraged to submit applications for sustainability certifications, such as those offered by the Marine Stewardship Council, MSC, in order to verify the product's legality and quality. In addition to that, changing culinary tastes are another factor that contributes to the fluctuating demand for cod consumption. Traditional foods are not the only ones available. There are an increasing number of inventive dishes that call for cod, produced by Japanese sushi, recipes ranging from vegetarian dishes that substitute plant elements for cod meat to grilled cod prepared in a Mediterranean style. This paves the way for the food processing industry to take advantage of several opportunities, helping to diversify products and reach additional client segments. Even more so, cod is able to more easily access the worldwide market as a result of the development of sophisticated logistical infrastructure and advanced e-commerce platforms. Through the use of online platforms and rapid delivery services, consumers from all over the world are able to order fresh cod or cod products in a convenient manner. The expansion of the seafood industry's market is made easier as a result of this, and it also contributes to the optimization of the supply chain and the reduction of food waste. In general terms, assuming that the cod fishing and processing sector is able to combine technology, there are numerous chances for development within the industry. The meat market requires well-developed sustainable management practices, utilizing the collaboration of many nations, as well as customers and businesses. The cod sector is capable of sustaining stability over the long term. Despite the prospects for expansion, it is imperative that marine ecosystems be protected and that supplies be guaranteed for future generations. The industry of cod fishing is still confronted with a great deal of difficulties that need to be resolved. One of these is the issue of undocumented immigrants, digital fishing, also known as unreported and uncontrolled fishing. These illicit fishing practices not only reduce the amount of cod that is available, but they also upset the delicate balance that exists within marine ecosystems and have an impact on the incomes of fishermen who follow the rules. To make up for this, monitoring has been increased in a number of countries through the utilization of contemporary technology such as vessel monitoring systems, VMS. At seaports, there are strict inspection procedures and cameras installed on board. Another concern is the impact that cod fishing practices have on the surrounding environment, in particular bottom trawling. A significant amount of harm can be caused to coral reefs by using this method. Seagrass beds and other ecosystems are also quite significant. Therefore, to lessen the impact, a number of nations are conducting research and development on fishing techniques that are more selective, such as employing larger mesh nets, limiting the ability to catch fish of a smaller size, or by employing traps that are kind to the environment. In addition to that, one of the most significant challenges that cod stocks continue to face is climate change. The habitat of cod is being altered as a result of warming oceans. They are expanding their range into the waterways of the north. Because of this, there is the potential for countries to have competing interests over fishing rights. It is an example. Over the past few years, in Norway, in Iceland, in addition, there have been disagreements among the European Union regarding cod fishing quotas as stocks have moved into new waters. Finding international cooperation solutions is absolutely necessary in order to guarantee fishing that is both fair and sustainable. Despite the fact that these obstacles exist, a commitment to innovation is required of the cod industry. Utilize technology that is less harmful to the environment, as well as comply with stringent requirements in order to safeguard supplies over the long run, through a combination of scientific methods, a public awareness campaign, and efficient management. Maintaining sustainable development is possible through the cod fishery, both satisfying the demand for food on a global scale and safeguarding maritime habitats. Increasing the amount of scientific research and international cooperation in the cod industry is one of the major solutions that can be implemented to ensure the sector's continued and sustained development. Scientists are keeping a close eye on the variations that they observe in cod populations, conducting research on numerical data. In order to offer acceptable recommendations, sizes and environmental circumstances must be considered. The North Atlantic Fisheries Commission, NAFO, and the Marine Stewardship Council, MSC, are two examples of organizations that continue to collaborate with nations in order to establish fishing quotas that fall within acceptable parameters. Take precautions to protect crucial breeding habitats and implement control tactics that are more effective. In addition to that, the education of the general public and the creation of knowledge about sustainable fishing strategies both play an equally vital role. It is imperative that fishermen receive education on environmentally responsible fishing techniques and have an understanding of the long-term benefits of complying with regulations. Additionally, it is the obligation of businesses to guarantee that their supply chains are transparent. Products that have been certified as sustainable should be given priority, and current preservation techniques should be utilized in order to cut down on post-harvest losses. In addition to this, it is imperative that governments in nations that have built cod industries make investments in research and testing efforts to develop sustainable farming strategies. The cultivation of cod in controlled surroundings not only alleviates the strain that is placed on wild fish supplies, but also generates new potential for economic growth, particularly in locations that are coastal. In this particular domain, Norway and Iceland are currently in the forefront of the pack, because a large number of cod farms are able to meet stringent environmental and product quality controls. In general, the success of the cod sector in the future is contingent on extensive collaboration between governments, companies and businesses, the fishermen and the customers. If all of the stakeholders involved collaborate to safeguard environmental resources through the use of efficient management strategies, utilizing contemporary technologies while simultaneously increasing awareness, there is no doubt that this sector is capable of sustaining sustainable development. It is possible to satisfy the need for food on a global scale while also safeguarding marine habitats through international cooperation and management practices. Another key path that the cod business is heading in is the one of technological innovation and supply chain optimization. At this time, the use of artificial intelligence and automation is being implemented by a number of cod fishing and processing enterprises in stages such as fish school detection. Logistics management and product classification are both important. Air systems are able to perform real-time analysis of ocean data, helping fishing fleets discover cod sources quickly and efficiently by reducing the amount of bycatch. This is the stage of processing. In order to extend the freshness of cod without the use of a large number of preservatives, cutting-edge preservation techniques such as supershielding are the ones that are being utilized. In this way, the value of the product is increased, in addition to satisfying the growing need for food that is both clean and safe. In addition to that, more and more companies are looking for ways to maximize the use of raw resources derived from cod. One example is the production of omega-3 fish oil, skin collagen derived from fish. As an alternative to concentrating solely on fillets, the processing of nutrient-dense food products from fish bones and organs is also an option. With regard to the market, cod is becoming more and more present on e-commerce platforms and home delivery services as it continues to grow its position. Fresh produce is readily available to customers. Cod that has been frozen or processed with the use of mobile applications and websites. Using intelligent inventory management systems not only assists businesses in expanding their market share, but also helps to reduce the amount of food that is wasted. In general, the integration of contemporary modern technology. Both environmentally responsible management and emerging consumer demands are contributing to the code industry's rapid transformation. It is possible that the code sector will continue to invest in environmentally friendly development and innovative technologies. Not only will it guarantee supplies over the long term, but it will also help to advance the blue economy with its contributions. In addition to improving the value of seafood goods on a worldwide scale, creating additional jobs, in addition to the influence of market and technological considerations. An emphasis on social and economic sustainability is also something that the cod sector needs to prioritize. Coastal communities and fishermen are included. The livelihoods of those individuals are dependent on cod fishing. You require assistance and protection from the swings of the market and the environment. The governments of a great number of countries have established programs that provide financial assistance. For fishermen, technical training and career transfer courses are available, by assisting them in adjusting to the changes that have occurred in the seafood business. In addition, ensuring that there is openness across the supply chain of cod is an essential component in preserving the confidence of consumers. Each batch of cod is being traced back to its origin through the application of blockchain technologies. The act of catching. This includes everything from processing to dissemination. This helps to prevent trade fraud and guarantees that the cod that is available for purchase is obtained in a lawful manner and harvested in a sustainable manner. In addition to that, there is a growing level of collaboration between environmental organizations and the cod industry and environmental organizations. A number of businesses have made a commitment to lowering their carbon footprints by employing fishing vessels that run on clean fuel. It is important to optimize transportation operations and use fishing methods that have a minimal impact on the ecology. The development of intelligent fisheries is another objective of many efforts. As a result of the utilization of sensor technology and artificial intelligence, the quantity of fish that is captured is strictly controlled, ensuring that there is not an excessive amount of fishing done. In general, one of the most important factors determining the future of the cod sector is the level of economic benefits. Both social responsibility and environmental conservation are important if the many stakeholders continue to work together. While maintaining a commitment to the principles of sustainability, innovate. It is not only going to be a major source of food, but cod will also be a symbol of a sustainable future. The fish sector is responsible, and it also prioritizes sustainable management and technological advancement. In addition, the cod sector needs to adjust to the shifting demands of consumers and the evolving nutritional trends around the world. At this moment, besides being concerned about the quality of the goods, consumers are also concerned about their health. Both methods of food processing and sustainability are discussed. It is cod for the significant amount of protein it contains. Omega-3 fatty acids are abundant and low in fat, a decision that is gaining more and more popularity among those who follow healthy diets. In order to remain currently seafood processing companies are concentrating their efforts on the development of convenient items such as packed cod fillets, cod with pepper, or processed foods that are based on cod, make it simple for customers to cook while maintaining the quality of the food's nutritional value, while at the same time, the implementation of internet tools for the promotion of cod,